Is that cool? All right, well, this is a backpack, but it's not just any backpack. This is the Coalax Lancer 300 backpack, officially the most over-engineered and coolest drone backpack I've ever seen. And no, this is not intended to communicate with space. This is a mount for your 360 camera to film yourself while hiking. Now, when Coalax initially reached out to me about this backpack, I thought, I do not want to review another backpack. But then I started looking at it, and it's got some really cool features that I've never seen on a backpack before. So let's start with the strange and obvious things. First of all, this little pole here for your 360 camera. Oh, there we go. You actually get two of these, one that you can mount on either side of the backpack, so you can have two of these poles. If you want, you can put your Insta360, Osmo 360, whatever, on there while you are hiking and get nice 360 camera shots of yourself hiking. And you can also use it whenever you get to a location to just set up and hold whatever kind of accessories you want. Maybe you want to put a mic on here, maybe some kind of a camera, maybe some kind of a light. Just super cool little accessory mounting arms. Now, I'm guessing you've also probably never seen a backpack with a screen on it. You might be wondering, why does this backpack have a screen? Lassie, you're right in front of the screen, please move. And the reason it has a screen is because this backpack actually comes with a full 300 watt-hour power bank that can output both 60 and 100 watt power delivery, as well as AC output to charge your batteries while you're on a hike or just on the go and don't have access to power outlets. For example, I could take this FPV battery charger, or you could do the same thing with a regular drone battery charger, plug it into the 100 watt USB-C power output, and then plug that into the battery to charge, so you could be charging that, and you could simultaneously be charging off of the 60 watt power delivery output, your FPV goggles or your remote controller or whatever. And you could even charge these while you're hiking from one location to the next. You could stick all of this back up in the top of the backpack and just zip your little zippies around it. And there you go, you can charge your batteries while you hike. And you also get a solar panel with your backpack, so you can just lay your backpack out, unfold your solar panel. The sun just came out, so this is perfect, and use the included cable to connect it to the power input on the backpack power pack. And that way you can run your devices for longer and even recharge this backpack. Now, I do not believe that you can charge this battery pack and use power out of it at the same time, but there are actually USB-C ports directly on the back of this solar panel. So you should be able to get about 20 watts of power. Right now in the full sun, I'm getting 20 watts on this charger out of the solar panel directly to charge your batteries, if you don't want to first charge up this power pack and then charge your batteries off of it. Now, you don't have to have this battery pack on here. It obviously adds some weight, so you can just click a button right here and slide the whole thing out and off of the backpack. And you can either use it separately, or you can use the backpack without this particular module. And that's actually one of the really cool things about this backpack, is it's basically entirely modular. You can take off this battery, and this top bag, which they call a drone bag, you can just flip a couple little latches here and pull it off the top. If you don't want to have to take that with you, you can also just use it as its own little bag. Everything pretty much is modular. Even the main backpack case can detach from this frame, which I initially thought this was metal, but it's actually some kind of pretty sturdy plastic, which I think is actually better because it already weighs quite a bit, and metal would just make it heavier. And as far as it being heavy, yes, it is heavy, especially when you load it all down with gear like I have it right now. And this chunk right here weighs quite a bit. But if you take that off, it's actually not much heavier than, for example, a Peak Design backpack. I was actually surprised how relatively light it is compared to its size and chunkiness. Now, being modular and having a power pack included is cool, but the main reason you get a backpack is to put stuff in it. And when I go on an adventure, I like to bring drones. Not just one drone, a lot of drones. Like, an unreasonable number of drones. And this backpack can fit an unreasonable number of drones. So first of all, up here in the top section of the backpack, I have my DJI Goggles 3. I've also got my remote controller 3 for my FPV drones. I've got 3 6S FPV batteries for my 5-inch FPV quad, DJI Avata 2 charger, a couple of Avata batteries, a USB-C charger for these 6S LiPos, and you can use this to charge directly off of this backpack's battery bank. And then if we flip the backpack over, here is the main access to all of our stuff. And as a side note, this is actually really comfortable padding on the back here. Shoulder straps are comfortable. It's about as comfortable as it can be for such a heavy backpack. And in here, we've got a bunch more space. I've got my Avata 2 batteries for my Air 3S. Here is the Air 3S. And I even managed to throw in my entire Canon R6 Mark II with a 24-70. Good size, chunky camera. And I still have space. I can fit my Pocket 360, which is what I'm filming on right now, down in here with the drones as well. And I still have some space left. And then flipping it back over to the front. Again, this isn't light with all this gear in here. This is getting slightly dirty, but that's what backpacks are for. Here we have the front access to the main compartment. This is the same compartment as where we have everything else. I just put in a divider here so that I could separate it and have a separate chunk of stuff up here. I've got my remote for the Air 3S, as well as some space that I didn't end up filling up. So that's 2 drones, plus a camera, plus accessories and remotes. And then here is my third drone. There are a whole bunch of mounting points actually on the outside of this backpack where you can put their included bungees and straps on to mount just about anything you want. And this is the perfect place to strap on a 5-inch quad, which is what I've done right here. In general, it's not particularly practical to put such a big FPV drone that won't fold up inside of any backpack. So it's really nice that there are hard mounting points to strap a drone to the outside or strap anything else that you want to strap on. All in all, I've got to say this backpack is just like over-engineered in the best way possible. They've just thought of literally everything. There's straps on top to strap stuff on. They include a whole bunch of straps that you can use to strap stuff on wherever you want. On the outside, there's all kinds of pockets on the inside. There's even a rain poncho in its own little pouch down here in the bottom to go over it if it starts raining while you're out hiking. On the straps right here, there's D-rings that you can attach things. They include a bunch of carabiners that you can use to attach stuff all over it. There's little pockets here on the straps where you can stick, I don't know, some candy bars to fuel you on your hike. Just lots of cool stuff. There's one of these clips to clip the straps together, makes it a lot easier to carry. Just all in all, a ton of cool engineering. And I must not forget to mention that this backpack is IPX5 waterproof, which means that you can use it in the rain in not too strong jets of water. You can't obviously go swimming with it, but if you want to hike in the rain, it will keep your camera gear dry. And as far as I can tell, that does also apply to the power pack as long as it has the included protector over the ports, but I somehow lost that, so I don't have the power pack on here. So that did end up getting water in the backpack, but turns out IPX5 is actually not rated for pouring a garden hose straight on it. It's rated for rain or light spray of water on it, more like a shower head rather than a direct garden hose. So should be fine for rain, etc., but don't go hosing it down. Anyway, big thanks to Coalax for sending this backpack out. This has got to be like the coolest drone backpack I have ever tried. Just all the different features, from having an Insta360 selfie stick to all the modular designs, all the little details that they thought of. Super comfortable to wear. And whenever I'm out filming somewhere relatively remote where I don't have power, I'm always looking for power packs to charge my batteries. So this power pack here will definitely be put to very good use. And as I mentioned earlier, I just love how many drones you can fit in this backpack, because a lot of times I want to take a bunch of different types of drones with me, not even necessarily when I'm hiking, just when I'm traveling, and being able to fit them all into one bag like this is super awesome. If you want to check these out more or get your hands on one of these backpacks, I will put a link down in the description where you can find them. As always, if you've enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more videos just like this.